How's it going, everybody? Today I'm here with
Cade, Cash,
Landon,
and Adeo. Welcome to the Triple P,
our Positive People podcast.
have you ever put on an outfit you loved but didn't receive a single compliment all day?
Yep.
Think about how this made you feel. Compliments may seem like a small task, but they have a lot of power and could make or break someone's day. Welcome to our podcast where we explore the impact of small acts of kindness. Today our main focus is exploring the power of a simple compliment and notice what happens when you take seconds out of your day to make someone's whole day.
Our group recently conducted a social experiment at Davenport University. The task was to go around and give compliments to random people, take away their reactions and what they said back to us.
Like Cash said, we each took turns giving out compliments to random strangers, whether it was to our fellow classmates, our teachers, or even people that we passed in the hallways. Before, during, or after class, we kept notes about giving the compliments, and this made us feel how it impacted other people receiving the compliments and what effects it caused to others around us. It also is just really funny how a small action like what we did can impact and lead to such positive outcomes, not just for the person receiving the compliment, but just for us as well.
For me, I gave around 30 compliments. It was surprisingly easy to do, especially with strangers. They didn't really question my seriousness. They just accepted the compliment and responded positively. Most people smiled, some even blushed, and a few gave me compliments back. It was interesting to see how different the reactions were when I complimented people I knew. Some of my friends thought I wasn't being serious, which was frustrating, but even they seemed to appreciate it deep down.
For me, I try to give about 10 compliments a day for the past week. I may have not reached this goal, but in total I gave out around 40 compliments. After the first one being a little awkward, it was pretty easy to do after a good reaction. The most common reaction I received was a quick smile and a thank you. One thing that really stood out to me was how contagious kindness really is. After receiving a compliment, a lot of people went and complimented someone else after they realized how happy it made them feel. It was like a mini chain of positivity.
Exactly. I gave around 15 to 20 compliments, and I noticed the same thing. People didn't just respond to the compliment. They smiled and they complimented other people on the way. People right in front of me. One person I complimented on their jacket, and they told me they weren't having the best day. It shows how much a compliment can do for someone.
I think the secret to this activity is just the surprise behind it. Nobody was really expecting to receive a positive compliment, and most people don't wake up in the morning and expect to get a compliment on like the small things that they do, like maybe just put on a shirt during the morning. When you actually take the time to notice those small things, it definitely catches people off guard and they act a little stunned. With all the compliments I handed out, which was probably around 20 to 25, the people receiving them followed it by giving out like gratitude of their own by saying thank you, or even giving out their own positive affirmations and complimenting me or other people around them. This made me realize how uncommon these face-to-face interactions really are, and even if it's just about like the simplest things, it makes a huge deal.
Let's talk about some things that we have noticed that are in common. First, the place that we are making the compliments is a big difference. Like compliments that were easier to give were in quieter places or more relaxing areas. Walking through a building on campus, or in line in the caf, or in the elevator. When you can tell someone is rushing to class, it's not as effective.
That's a great point. Another pattern we observed was the difference in reactions based on personality. Outgoing people tended to respond well, sometimes even starting a conversation, while more closed-off introverts were more reserved, but still smiled and said thank you. That showed me that even if you didn't get a big reaction, they still appreciated being noticed.
Talking with my group members, we also noticed how our moods were affected as well. For me, giving out compliments was a little awkward for the first couple of times, but I saw how people reacted, and it lifted my mood. It made me feel great inside, knowing I was making someone's day better. It was as if the happiness I spread to other people came back to me.
That's the same here for me. It's amazing how kindness can work in such a positive way. You think you're doing something nice and positive for someone else, but it benefits you almost just as much. If not more than them, it could tie into an idea that we're all connected in a way. And then when you make someone's life or someone else smile, it can create an effect and a ripple effect around you.
To support our notes, we did some research on psychology of compliments. According to the article by Peterson.com, 2024, compliments boost people's self-esteem. They create a sense of multiple application and make both people feel valued. No wonder why compliments are such a good thing to make people feel better about themselves.
The research we did really made sense to me. One thing I found interesting was how small gestures like compliments can have a larger impact than just one day, if that makes sense. These compliments can have long-term effects. For example, I told a girl I really liked her outfit, and then I saw her again a couple of days later wearing the same one with confidence. When you compliment someone, you're not just making them feel good for the moment or the day, you're also encouraging them to see themselves in a more positive way. Over time, that can build confidence and improve mental health.
That's very true. Our experiment showed how powerful compliments can be, but it also showed how rare these interactions are. If something so simple can have such a big impact, then why don't we do it more often? I think it's a reminder to slow down and pay attention to the people around you.
Exactly. Kindness doesn't always have to appear super complicated. It's just about noticing the little things like a cool outfit, a new haircut, or even just someone's effort. When you or someone else takes the time to acknowledge those things, it doesn't matter how small the compliments are, it can create an effect that makes the world a little brighter for all of us.
So what does that mean? It means kindness is easier than we think, and it's something we all have the ability to share.
It means small compliments can have a big impact on people's moods and confidence.
It just means that we should all spread a little positivity a little more intentionally, even on busy and not as good days.
And it means by lifting others, we are lifting ourselves in the process, creating a more happy and connected community.
Our final takeaway is very simple but powerful. Never underestimate the power of a few kind words, whether it's a stranger, friend, classmate, or even as close as your sibling.
Never.
Your compliment might be the highlight of their day, or even better, their week.
Thank you for listening to our podcast on Power of Compliments. We hope this makes you share more kindness and compliments to people that may or may not know. Remember, it does not need a lot to make somebody's day. Thank you.
Y'all are tripping, bro.